Hey, what's up YouTube? Another video. It's not a Saturday morning, but it's a Saturday afternoon. I did a lot this morning, worked out, 3-minute plank, killing it every morning. That's the way to go. That's the way that you should go. Accomplishing things every day, being a better person every day. That's the motivation. Now, let's get into it. We're just gonna do a market watch. We're gonna cover just whatever I feel like I want to cover. Some Forex, some, NASDAQ, SPY, some crypto. Just gonna go for it. All right, let's get into it. So, see how the markets were at this week. See how they're doing. I only trade a specific set of coins here. Pairs. So we got Aussie. All right. So it looks like almost every pair dropped yesterday, according to the DXY. If you go over to DXY, you got that huge pump. Here, I'm gonna touch upon a little bit of DXY now. So at this resistant level, which is now an SNR, support and resistant level, you can see we got these fake outs here where I drew the X's, and then following over to that, you got this zone here, which I'm expecting to see a nice bounce. All right, so it's following that true area of resistance. This is just a little fake out, this area here. That's what I believe. So nothing goes in the down line forever. Nothing goes in the straight line up forever. There's always got to be a retest, a pullback. Excuse me, a retest or a pullback. So that's what I'm expecting for DXY, is to have a nice retracement back up to this zone over here, or even over up here. You get a lot of gains on Forex if DXY bounces that high. Now, yes, it's possible DXY can go in a straight line for a long time. If you go back to the weekly, let's see, back in 81, or I should say the 80s, mid 80s, you can see it just dropped in a straight line forever, almost. Eventually, it pulled back a bit, like 20%, and then sideways traded for a good couple years. Or to say a good decade. Are we gonna go through that right now? I don't think so, because we're not at the top. We still have room at the top of this trend. We still got room to make to the upside, and that only proves that there's a recession around the corner. Or the fact that the DXY has room at the top to still grow. I think we're comparing. I don't really like to compare a lot, but sometimes you just gotta compare because history repeats itself. I believe we are around the 81 stage. I feel like this is where we are right now. You had DXY chop and whatnot around 2015 and so on in that area, and then break out, just not too long ago. We were going up in a straight line like we're heading for 120. And then it crashed just before it hit 120. So I think we're like kind of around this stage, and then we could see DXY continue its trend back up. I'll go over to where we are now, and as you can see, ta-da, right? You can see it pulled back to 100. Almost hit 120. We stopped at 115. So I believe that it could work its way back up and finish its mission. Now you can see I got this trend line here. It's in that channel, so I think it wants to finish what it started before we head any lower to like 97 or even 88 area, right? Back in the 2021 lows. But who knows? Anything could happen. But that's just what I think right now, right? You got that divergence, like that dumb money price action look, right? So That was a nice pump to end the week. Nice gains on the Friday. So I'll look further into that. Now watch this. We got a high, we got a low, we got a lower high, we got a lower low, we got a lower high, and we got a lower low. Now if you just connect the dots, where is my pathfinder? Okay. Boom, 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 boom. There it is, right? You can see price, nice momentum. Second drop, nice momentum. Third drop, nice momentum, not as big as the first. And then look at that pullback. 50%. Right? Look at that 5. So beautiful. 50%. Alright? Here, I'll prove it to you. 50%, alright? I said it 3 times. So seeing that price is slowing down, or price action is slowing down on the DXY, we could possibly see a recovery. If we do, then that's not good for the SPX and Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin may want to do what Bitcoin wants to do, right? Because then I would just say that DXY is doing a fake pump back up to 120, a divergence, right? I think if you go back to 81, where am I? Yeah, going back to 81 and then layering Bitcoin on top of, not Bitcoin, SPX on top of that, you can see that even though DXY headed up further, the stock market was doing that same rollover like where we are right now, slowing down, breaking out of the trend line. Same thing, right? Horizontal resistance. You gotta pass through all those areas. Look at that. SPY just freaking broke out. Like they pumped money into the economy or something. I don't know. See, it went up with DXY. That doesn't make sense. I'm not too knowledgeable about that stuff, but this is crazy. Seeing DXY and SPX basically go up at the same time. So we could possibly see that around our times. Let's head back. And you see exactly what I mean. Right? We're curving. We got horizontal resistance, horizontal resistance, horizontal resistance. You got to break through those areas. I believe that these two will still go up at the same time. I'm not sure what will happen to commodities. They'll probably go up as well, or they'll go down, but I'll touch up on that on another video. Alright, so that's what I think for DXY. Can we go further up? Yes. That's my conclusion. We could go further up if we hold up on this area of 100. Alright? Now, let's see. What else do we got? Let me just look at the stock market. I had a nice trend line drawn somewhere. Where is it? Okay, I gotta redraw it then. But we'll just take a look at SPX. So I got this trend line back in 09, like what I said in my last video. And I don't think we're following that. It looks like a fake out there. I'm gonna copy that. See how that looks on this upper level here. Alright. That looks a lot better, right? See, you got that inverted head and shoulders pattern. You got that fake out on this trend line, right? Fake out, fake out. Oh no, that's a touchdown. But yeah, inverted head and shoulders. So what I want to see next is price to basically break out at 43.40, around that area. I want to see price go like this, come back down, retrace on that trend line or horizontal and then we pick back up and we go to all-time highs. That's what I'm looking to see going towards 2024, the rest of this year of 2023. Now all the conflict going on with China and stuff, Taiwan, Russia, all that stuff, I don't know, 2024, 2025 is going to be can be very scary, but don't fear. You know, you just gotta navigate through the markets. Just trade like normal. The market's gonna crash, trade it like it's a bear market. Don't be going long. You want to be looking for short positions. So, and then buying opportunities once we hit that bottom. How do you know if it's a bottom? It's easy. Price action. Just learn price action and you can definitely conquer the markets, right? Look for that back curve. Look for the retracements, the higher highs. You want to be getting in low. Just take it step by step. That's what I'm going to be doing. Taking it step by step. I'm not no professional. I'm just learning and growing as you guys are, right? So that's what it's all about. Yeah, there's nothing much to say about the stock market. Like it broke out of the trend line. You had that nice wedge pattern. I just want to see that inverted head and shoulders recover and play out very nicely, going back to all-time highs in 2022, 2021. That's what I want to see. Let's look at US 30 because that chart is a bit more like condensed looking. Everything's close to each other. Look at US 100, it looks like SPX and stuff, right? So let's look at this condensed chart. Yeah, I don't have much data on here. I'll have to look at another ticker, but I'll just see what we have right in front of us. So we got this trend line here, clean breakout. I definitely missed this buying opportunity. I mean, there's still time to get in right here on the intraday. Looks like it's going in for that retest, and then we could proceed up to, what is that, 35? Oh, is that 35,000? Okay, yeah. 35,500 around there. Here, I'll draw that out. That's the target. This target, could ignore that. It's been like playing around in that area. So we have a 30% retracement, it looks like. We are running up. Small wins. 100% retracement on this level here. 33,000. We're back up 100%. So we're kind of sideways trading in a smaller time frame. So I'm gonna go down. Yeah, so you see that. Same thing here. We run up. You run up. We run up. This run up is a lot weaker. So sellers are stepping back in. Okay. Micro support on the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame support. So if you go over to the 1 minute. So these are the time frames I trade off of. I look at everything on a weekly if I need to see the bigger picture, and then I go all down to the daily, see what's going on, you know, if there's any weakness like I am spotting right now, and then I could basically plot my 1 hour resistance, and I go over to the 1 hour time frame and I see what's going on, right? So you can follow my strategy when it comes to SNR and stuff if you like to. And then I go down to the 15 if I want a bit more detail, and then I go over onto the 1 minute to really see where this is gonna end up. Very volatile. Look at that. It's important to not pay attention to the news, to all the noise. You know, you gotta look past that and just focus on the pivots. So you can see over here, we run up, come down 100%. You got all this dead buying, like there's nothing going on over here. Yes, it's retracing, but I want to see that breakout. This is looking like, seeing the weakness right here, this is looking like a sell. So it's possible you can enter for a position over here. I'm not gonna do that though. I'll look more into the charts to see if it's really worth it, right? Going back to the daily. Yeah, this could definitely roll over. Or it could simply be a retest, no, a pullback based on this entire move here. Taking us to 31,500, roughly in that area. Or it could just be simply playing games, sideways trading. What is going on? You could basically be sideways trading in this zone for a bit. Now looking at USD CAD. USD CAD is very interesting. This could tell you where the market's going. If you invert this scale. If you look at it this perspective, what does this look like to you? A buy or a sell? Just ignoring this. I'm just going to focus on most recent rundown. You came down, 50% pullback. Came down, 50% pullback based on this small run here. You run up. If it's getting weak over here, are you going to buy that? I wouldn't buy that. If we pull back and we do something like that, I'm not going to buy that. And then you go up and go like this? Hell no. I'm going to be looking to sell this. So if you invert this, and why do I want to sell this? Because it's shown signs of weakness here, right? Weakness. It's not looking to make higher highs. It's looking to do something like this and continue its trend. This is just consolidation right now. This looks like a triangle pattern. Invert that back to normal. So basically, I'm basically saying that I'm going to be looking for buy positions. And if I'm looking for buy positions, then the stock market may be looking to roll over. It's all about anticipation, not participation. Learned that from a very wise trader. On top of that, you have nice trend lines. It's holding up on that trend line. It's holding up in the horizontal. You can see that the big boys put a lot of work into manipulating this price or just getting in until this point and just took off, right? So where is this buy trying to go? Is it trying to go higher to a horizontal resistance, or is it just trying to meet back up to that same area, right? You can still make a pretty good amount of pocket change from here to over here. That is what, roughly 4%, 600 pips. So that'll be a nice trade going into the next couple months. So you got a little fake out there. How do I get this trend line? I got it on my weekly. Boom, 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 just like that. And yes, this is now looking bearish when you look on the bigger picture, right? So maybe the stock market crash may not be too bad at all. Who really knows though, because what is it called? The inversion is pretty crazy when you look at that chart. Yes, these are my market tools because they help you trade and get through the markets, right? Man, I forgot what it's called. Okay, here it is. So yes, the 10-year versus the 2-year. I think I have another chart with more data going way back, but that is fine. We already know what's happening. It's at its lowest point since the 80s, I think. Yeah, but look at that. That is crazy. Every time this crosses that line, the inversion, like the markets, they go down. They do not go up. So that tells you something, right? Especially how far we're stretching out. Like, that's crazy. And then looking at the labor force, you can see we're at the bottom. Usually what happens at the bottom, we go, and once unemployment goes back up, what happens to the markets, right? The markets go down. I'm just gonna put Bitcoin on there just to see what that looks like. Yeah, clearly there's not enough data to be looking at over here. Look at SPX. Yeah, obviously a much clearer view now. So unemployment is rising, stock market is crashing, and confluence is all there right in front of your eyes. Stock market starts to go down, unemployment starts to go up. Time's ticking, right? Unemployment is still pointing down. Stock market is pointing up. But once unemployment starts to go back up a little bit, you're gonna see the stock market want to do this. It's not gonna look nice. Unfortunately, history does repeat itself. That's just what it is. What else do you want to look at? Let's get some more Forex. Actually, I'll look at the index. New Zealand. So for New Zealand and a couple other Forex pairs, it's gonna be a nice trade. If you get a short position on Forex, you're gonna be making bank if you do it properly and if you know how to read price action properly. Price action is king. That's the most important thing you need is price action, and you could honestly, truthfully do some damage to the markets. I mean, the marks can do damage to your portfolio if you don't know what you're doing, but yeah, I've been through there. Look at that nice resistance zone. So you got this rundown. Actually, you look at it like this. You got this rundown, retracement back to this area. Why? Because price wants to ask this area if this is really a sell-off. So now if we're seeing weakness in this area of 125 and it's heading down based off of this area, and this is going to be a pretty nasty sell-off. And if it's not, then at least we can get 50%, at least 50%, and then we could go from there. Same thing goes for New Zealand, Switzerland possibly. Any pair that's looking bearish. This is a trade I took within this week. I took on Thursday, Friday. So I was looking, the mistake I made, I was looking at this zone here, forgetting where true resistance was. I took my trade over here because I was rushing, you know, FOMO and whatnot. Not realizing that it was a bear trap. Stopped out, risked like what? I think it was I think I risked like 13 pips. Very tight stop loss. That's my fault though anyways. But I learned my lesson quickly. Plotted my trend lines back at the top. I was like, okay, I see where this is going. And boom, look at that. Trade success. Right at the targets where I wanted it. Nice 2% or 180 pips. Now I want to be posting videos on how to read price action in the future. I'm slowly working on that. I'll just be doing market watch videos for now. I'm just touching up on where the market is heading and where I think it's heading. So just stay tuned, be patient. I got a lot of things on my book. Now for silver. Silver and gold. Look at that. Beautiful trade. Back curve. I'm gonna be entering somewhere over here. Still got time to enter because you have this one smaller time frame support where I could see a bounce, maybe a full retracement, or maybe a 50% retracement, and then you could enter somewhere around there. I'm not telling you where to enter. This is not financial advice, okay? Just to make that clear. This is not a Forex signal platform. It's none of that. So it's the same thing over here. Silver, every stock, any currency, cryptocurrency, oil, whatever, they all have their nature. Silver, it has those nice choppy back curves, or those double tops. See, double. You should look at that properly. What is that? It's a very nasty double top, but it is what it is. But everything has this trading nature. For silver, they have very predictable dumps. And you see this happening, this is where the big boys are entering. So you don't want to get caught in the middle of that. You want to be taking your trades at the tip top or on the retest. Nice trend line. Slap that down. Oh, this is not on my log scale. Symmetrical channels, copy that, put it at the bottom. So where do I see silver going? Back to $18 an ounce. At least $20 an ounce. First target. If you could hold up on 22, then I would probably be expecting a breakout on this trend line, and then heading up further to our monthly, weekly trend line, back in from 2000 and 2011, around that area, right? I don't know why I have this here. We're not going to see that anytime soon. Delete that. So yeah, unless if price is still bouncing on 22, we could get into a squeeze and boom, just blow right down. But that doesn't usually happen. As you can see, it does its thing. Either it's going to be a double top or it's going to be a curve. A double top or it's a curve. So this is going to be a nice trade that a lot of you people could bag on. That's like what, 10 to 20% roughly. Yeah, it's going to be a nice trade. Same style with gold. So earlier I was looking at horizontal trend line, horizontal resistance, because that's what it is, right? Boom, boom, double top. Why is it turning around over here? Because the bears are favoring the downside a lot more. That's why. The bears are just so strong. On top of that, you have this run up. It's just stretching without a pullback. The last pullback was over here. All of this is just basically dumb money. So this is going to come back hard. That's what I'm predicting. It's going to slam back down to 1700 an ounce, around there. If we hold up, vice versa, we go the other way and finish off the mission, $2,000 an ounce. and go from there. Alright, so that's all I'm going to be covering on this video. I don't want to make it too long. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked this video, I try to keep it as genuine as possible. Right? I'm just here to learn together with you guys and trade together, grow, and share my ideas. Thanks for watching.